Welcome to my channel and welcome to my eclipse reading. And a couple of you asked me, why are you doing this in this surrounding? This is not a perfect surrounding, but it is what I wanted to create. They asked me, why are you doing this in a card reading? Why aren't you doing this in an astrology reading with a chart or something? And why are you doing this anyway? Because you are a lawyer. Yeah, and that's true. I'm a lawyer, I am an integral coach, and I'm an intuitive. And this is what I do best. I do best to sit here, to allow life to flow through me, to the information to flow through me, and to channel what I want to say in this moment. It's not about an eclipse. It's not about anything that is out there. I guess it's about what I want to say right now. And maybe it's of use for you. Because what I love most is this. Everything is connected. As above, so below. Everything is connected. And so this is how I grew up. This is how I made sense of the world for myself. Because sometimes we don't have the fun youth. A lot of us didn't have. And so this was what I did when I grew up. I got my first tarot pack when I was 8 because I didn't know how to make sense of things that happened to me, that happened in my family. And I allowed myself to get information from a different place because no one was in an emotional state to help me to make sense. I had to do it on my own. And this is why I love cards. Because all the different cards create such amazing abundance of information. And I don't care where it comes from. I don't care if it's from above, from around me, from within me. I don't care, because it is worth it and valuable if it touches you and if it helps you to make sense of your own emotions. And this is why. This is my big why. To be of service. To be of service and help other people and help myself to make sense of things that happen in the now. And this is why I did today reading on the eclipse and the energies that are happening to us right now, right? And creating emotions and feelings inside of us that are sometimes hard to bear, sometimes hard to digest, and to find the bigger meaning in things is one thing that I really love to do. So, there was a lot of introduction, I know, but I had to do it because there were a lot of questions about this, and so let's go on and take a step into this intuition and the energies of this eclipse that is coming up, and the eclipse season, and the things that are to be expected. So, welcome again. And We start with a couple of Lenormand cards. I want to draw Lenormand cards to get us into this place, and then I just do intuitively what I do, and I hope that this is useful for you to get yourself through this time and to find the stillness within, to find your own contentment, that you are able to handle this time, that you are able to make sense of it yourself. So this is an invitation. When you look at the cards and a different meaning comes up, always take yours, because it's an additional thing that often comes up, and there we make sense of the big picture. So you are invited to have your own meanings of the card, and even if I choose a meaning myself that doesn't fit into your perception, I invite you to take yours, because it's just my thoughts are just an invitation to you to get your own thoughts in place. And we have the Divine Feminine, we have Pandora, and we have a magic lamp. And Pandora and the magic lamp are cards that are not in the regular Lenormand deck. They are additional cards in this deck. And often I feel this Pandora is like our worries, and we think of the worst outcome often, and we don't recognize that in Pandora's box there weren't just plagues, and there weren't just negative and deep emotions. There, on the ground of this box, there was hope too, and that's one thing. And I feel that this combination of cards is like the receiving, on the receiving end, and on the divine feminine end that we are facing right now, is how to receive, how to be, to stay open, to allow life to flow through us. And it's the fear of this coming out of it, that it will just lead to a bad outcome if we stay in this perceiving mode and in this receptive mode, because we think about the things that we have to do. And if we are not in this masculine part of us that is fixing things, and it's finding a solution to a problem, then we think we get into trouble. And this is how I perceive these three cards. It's allowing, and the magic lamp, for me, this is a lamp of wishing and wish fulfillment. It is stepping away. If you remember the magic lamp and a genie coming out of it, it's just not about doing, it's about wishing. And wishing is something else than doing and trying to make it happen. And I don't say that anything can happen if you just wish on it. And I'm a realist in this. It's not about only wishing. It's about our frequency. And this is the difference between, the feminine part in this is a beautiful card, right? That's a beautiful feminine with flowers, and she's bedded in flowers, and she has flowers on her head, and she's so beautiful, receiving life as she can. And the fear that we get in trouble when we allow ourselves to be in this place. And a little bit it is, for me, it feels like the feminine inside of this. She's a feminine too, right? This is the horror that comes out of it if we allow ourselves just to be in this receiving mode, and the fear that it will turn out bad. And on the other hand, to stay in this mode of allowing things to come in, allow our wish to be fulfilled, is on the receiving end too. And there are really different frequencies, right? There is the fearful one, and there is the magical one that allows magic to happen and allows magic to be. So it's a choice, and for me, it's, if we take it as a step into the eclipse season, is, are you taking the choice what kind of frequency you want to be in? And it's an invitation to think again, and to allow yourself to do something else than you did before, right? Allow yourself to stay in the receptive mode, allowing magic to come in, and face your fears. Face your fears, wherever that came from, wherever this perception comes from. It can be your childhood, it can be something you experienced, right? So can you allow yourself to stay? You hear my belly growling. That's beautiful, because it's exactly what I wanted to say. And the ocean of emotion. And it's the choice to work on your emotions, work on the fears, and realize them, allow them to be where they are, and that you are this abundance of emotion. That is what it's about, right? She is abundant because she has all these flowers, these different flowers in her dress and in her hair. She allows all that is. She is in this ocean of emotion, and allows herself to feel what wants to be felt. And the eclipse season is often something like a wild card energy. It's about karmic releases, It is about growth. It's about, and in this case, the nodes are on the axis of Aries and Libra, and the eclipse is happening when the moon is in Pisces. So we have an eclipse where the moon is in Pisces. It's conjunct Neptune, and the south node is in Aries. So for me, this is a question about, on one side, who are you in the relationship to yourself, and who are you in relationships to others? Because it's activating the nodes, and Pisces as the ocean is the unbound, the end of everything, and the boundless nature of spirit and emotion. And having Neptune there and being in this conjunction of the moon and Neptune is, for me, showing the nature of the divine feminine in this eclipse and in this full moon. And being on the axis, and the sun is in Virgo, being on the axis of Virgo and Pisces is asking the question, are you willing to be in a loving place where you love yourself and where you stay open to receive, instead of expecting worst thing to happen and staying in this victim mentality that life is happening to us. And this is what Virgo can be too, right? Can be victim mentality. The axis of Pisces and Virgo is one of victimhood. It's one of codependencies too. So this is the question, and it's lovely, because when I'm right, then the big planets are in a trine and in a triangle, right? So they are in places that help in this question of stepping into your way of being in relationship to yourself and to others. And Neptune is on the 28th, or on the 29th degree. It's 2850, and it's about, and when I look at this, and Neptune is in Pisces, right? And it's, when I look at the Sabian symbol, and I love to do this, the Sabian symbol of this degree is, it is a prism. And a prism, not a prison, a prism, because it's a device and a way how to show the different colors of light. If you put in white light into a prism, it splits the light into its colors. So how can we use this in our relationship to our unknown? Into Neptune is the higher frequency of Venus, and to see this in the question of how we perceive love, how we give love. Are we able to put in this one white light and to get millions, trillions of different colors out of it? Can we use this in how we perceive life? Not just in a single-minded way. How can we see the divine in everything? And I think this is the invitation of Neptune in 29th degree, is can you see the divine in everything? And can you take your perspective from your place, and can you look at life from the perspective of the divine at the same time? And this is the invitation. And Uranus at the same time is in the 28th degree. And it's the Sabian symbol is about maturity in relationships. How lovely is that? Because it is at the same time, it's the invitation to look at yourself without shame, without guilt, without fixing anything, and see how you are in this present moment, how you are in the relationship to yourself and in the relationship to others. And as I said in my last video, Pluto went back into Capricorn, and the 30th degree of Capricorn is a secret meeting of social influential humans. And this is how we can handle this, to communicate about our emotions, communicate how we perceive life, and how we can close out old cycles. And this is what this eclipse is inviting us to close out the cycles that we were in. It's amplified through Pluto walking back into Capricorn. It's amplified because there are big cycles closing. And even the cycle of Pluto in Capricorn, it's a 16-year cycle. And this eclipse is for me an invitation to show up as who I am. This is what my impulse was, to show up and to show myself in this authentic way, and to stop hiding. Because this is what we do in Libra, right? We want to balance everything out, and so we don't want to make someone angry or too disturbed or something. So we want to be pleasant all the time. Stop hiding. Because this is what we long for. And the card of Venus showing up in this reading in this way, it's so beautiful, because this is the card, the garden of Venus, right? And it's rest and renewal. But it is, for me, it's the connection to, because when I'm correct, then Neptune would be on the 25th gene key. Hopefully that's right. The moon would be on the 25th too. It's a different line, but it's the 25th gene key as well. And the 25th gene key is about the path of acceptance, and it's coming from the place of constriction into acceptance, into universal love. And that's a beautiful thing to work to see the shadow that is implemented in here, that when we are confronted with people may be judging us, then we try to hold our breath, constrict our breathing instead of constricting our minds, going there where other people can judge us. So we make a choice in this moment. We make a choice about who we want to constrict. And often we constrict ourselves in our breathing and in our way how we show ourselves. And we create anxiety with it because the body gets in trouble when we're not breathing properly. So we cause another problem instead of allowing things to be as they are, allowing these emotions to come up, to constrict the mind in going into worst case scenarios. This would be a constricting thing that would be great. And accepting what is. And accepting what is implies allowing to feel what is felt in the body as it is. Allowing this to be. And in the next step, accepting on an emotional level that this is triggering something. Accepting all that is without resentment. And the third step of accepting will be embracing it on the mind level. So we could just enter the 3 steps of accepting instead of constricting ourselves. We constrict our way of perceiving things instead of allowing the worst case scenario to pop up in our mind. We can allow magic too to pop up, so we can just allow things to be as they are, with all these colors she has on her dress, with all the flowers that are there. Allow what is felt in the moment. And accept the emotions that come up inside of you without putting meaning on it. And then embracing it on the mind level to embrace life as it is. As the ocean of emotion and your emotions coming up with it, and then allow yourself to stay in this place and to experience rest and in renewal. And this is the invitation of the eclipse, is to create something new, to end something, and it can be just the way you dealt with your own emotions. That can be, and that's a good thing, to just allow yourself to be. Oh, it's so lovely. Conjunction, and conjunction is talking about the alliance of body, emotions, and mind. Allow ourselves to create something new by connecting ourselves to the bigger picture, to the place where we're heading towards. And I want to have one of these first. Sorry for hitting the microphone. I guess I want to have one of these first. Let's see if I have to close her. Oh, we have the sun. 417 hertz. And I want to read it to you. I want to read the first part of it to you. And it's 16. And it's saying, you have what it takes. You are a light bearer. Within you is a healing power and spiritual wisdom you can tap into to find your way through any confusion or doubt. Have confidence in yourself and know you are enough. Expecting and affirming yes from the universe. That's a beautiful confirmation in what I just said, that we are here to combine all that is, and to trust in life, that life is for us. It's not what we often think it is. It's the worst case scenario. Oh, this happened, this happened. But what if life just brings you the things that you wish for? Maybe you experience them as difficult things, yes. But maybe it's one step inside of your healing path. What if life just asks you to show up, to allow, to accept and embrace all that is? So it's like radical acceptance. And feeling the energy of what is can be magic. Life is magic. And as you can see, the difference between the perception is, oh, life is devastating and life is magic, is different. We can choose both of them. And she has the choice. This divine feminine part of you that receives life has a choice where to go. And this is the invitation, and because life changes all the time. Life changes all the time. And we will not stop it, right? We will not stop it to change. And there we got it again. Sorry for everyone who is afraid of snakes. I don't want to cause trouble in your mind, but there is a snake, I'm sorry. And though we have the hippopotamus too. So we have two again. And this is amazing. It's mind-blowing for me because I have to... So we have the Two of Pentacles. This talks about having a choice. Having a choice to create from a place of love and to create something else. And the dynamic of these eclipses and our eclipse season right now is the invitation to come from the place of love. Because we can. That's not about, oh, I can't. Yes, you can. You can come from this place. Wow, and this is beautiful too. Because I have to see if I have it here. And this is a starting point. The 41 is a starting point, and it's coming from the shadow of fantasy, getting into the gift of anticipation and into its city. So it's the best expression of it into emanation. And it's exactly what these cards show us, because all of them show something. It's anticipation, right? It's an anticipation. Even this can be fantasy to think about things in a just hopeful way, just to make yourself hopeless. But to allow yourself to be in this abundance, like she is. There is just she is in this abundance. She is dressing like this. She has her flowers all over herself. And she's not anticipating anything. She's not hoping for anything. She is everything. And this 41 gene key reminds us that we can emanate the best things into life. We can emanate and allow things to be. And anticipation as a gift can be used this way and can be used this way. And if we have the choice, why do we choose this one? And this is because we are so used to using this one, expecting bad things happening to us. But it's not what we are supposed to do. We can expect anything. We can expect life to bring magic. We can expect life to be magic. Maybe it's not every day, it's not an adventure that I love to take, but it is magic anyways, because it all worked out until now. It worked out all the time. And you can say it worked out. Of course it did. Because life, it's not something happening to you, it's something happening for you. And so that was a lovely card to draw, right? Take another one as an oracle card, because the message is so clear right now, right? And there we have two again. They are great too. And the card 38. The card is called To Be Fair. I can show it to you. It's so tiny. So it's to be fair. And this card is about balance, justice. And often it's about considering options, and it's the law of cause and effect. And that's what I meant with the card of the with the frequency. It's cause and effect. It's not about what we do. It's about what we think. You know, we think, oh, we have to do something to solve the problem. And often it is not that way, because the mind caused the problem. In this case, it does too. We think about Pandora's box and we think, oh, I don't want this to happen. I don't want this to blow in my face. No, we don't want to. But the fearful state to stay there and to tell ourselves that something worse will happen will not help at all. And so, this is a perfect card for this too. This is the card 9, and it relates to endings, right? 9 is a number of endings, and it's the law of attraction, Treasure Island. It's called Treasure Island. It's the law of attraction and bringing your own dreams into fruition. And it's about manifesting an abundance and it showing up where we didn't expect it. This is, we cannot make it happen. It happens. And it's not about how we deal with it, what we do to make it happen. It's about if we allow it to appear. That's not what she does. She's not in a doing state. She's standing there in her full abundance, receiving life as it is, because the flowers bloom. In her clothes, in her hair, she's just allowing life to bring abundance in the moment. All of these cards show this, and as we are talking about an eclipse, this is what all these cards show us, because this is the card of making choice. I don't show it in the close up because people often don't like snakes. But I show these ones because this is about love. These are the Six of Cups. And it's reuniting all the animals in this card. It's reuniting. It's a success. Everyone is able to drink. The hippopotamus has the flowers on his head or her head, its head. And there is lotuses everywhere, worked their way through the mud to get into this flowering abundance space. And this is, so the combination of these two cards is make your choice. Make your choice to, and there is this 8, what I showed you in the beginning too, right? This is about everything is connected. Everything is connected to your frequency, to your vibration, and this is what this eclipse season shows us. Make a choice to be the frequency that you want to receive, that you want to experience. And doing this is not by constricting your feelings, constricting everything that you are. It's about constricting your mind and being mindful where you go with your thoughts. And this is the invitation to train your mind not to be the one who leads the way. We grew up in a world that showed us that we have to allow our mind to lead us. I think, though I am. No. Allow these emotions to be felt without allowing the mind to go somewhere else with them. Because that's what the mind often does. It goes where it wants to go. And it goes, and there, where it goes, it puts attention. And I want to read this too to you. It's the first card of the equine archetypes. And it's called the Field of Dreams. Unexpressed vitality and imagination, heart's desire, self-care, supporting innovation. A magnificent dark horse runs free through field of lavender. No matter how disconnected you feel from the needs of your own soul, this image reminds you that the restless spirit inside, the one that sometimes feels dominated and spurred by the demands of society and survival, that dark horse racing through your dreams is not so much running away from responsibility as galloping towards the fulfillment of your heart's deepest desire. And the challenge is the temptation to rein in this horse. All he represents is premature. Turn him loose, let him play, watch him express himself on his own terms, and he'll lead you to a more soulful relationship with power, intuition, instinct, and creativity. And the journey is, if wishes are horses, a newborn foal still struggling to stand cannot carry out the hard work of bringing something new into form. In this vital inner world, you're invited to dream wildly, without judgment, letting your deepest desire take on a life of their own. Creative discernment comes later. Your imagination must grow strong before it can sustain the weight of practicality. Self-care is the key. And I think this is the invitation of the moon, the full moon that we have in Pisces in a couple of days too. We are in the eclipse cycle, right? This is the time of change, and it's the invitation to get into ourselves. And I always say, like, get over yourself and get into yourself, because there are two different things. Get over yourself, yes, get over yourself way of self-undoing. Get over yourself while you are expecting all the bad things to happen, instead of just allowing yourself to be the ocean of emotion and let them flow through you like waves, coming and going. And then step into your wildest dreams of who you can be. This is what we see, right? This is what we want. We want to be something. This is the mindful thing, the Ace of Swords, telling us that we can focus our mind wherever we want and step into the loving nature that we've got. And let this woman that this is like the Queen of Swords. She put her heart into a cage. This is a little tiny cage on the bottom of the card. She put her heart into the cage because she thought it would be her mind that is the one who is creating. But it isn't. It isn't the mind. It is the let go of the mind. And this is what eclipses are about too, of the end of something. Allowing your strength to come up again and allow this abundance of emotions to come up. Allow yourself to step into this place of, and on the back of the cards I want to have her here too. The Queen of Pentacles. She can make sense of all the things. She can hold the coin and be in the present moment. She's like an amazing, and we have and I want to take it too. You can see her sitting there all alone by herself, in peace, holding the pentacle in her hand, being still, allowing life to flow through her. You can see it in her connection to the earth and to nature. And then we got I'll take these too, because now I saw them. And so we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Star, And that's following your own star, your North Star. Allow yourself to create from this place because you know what you want to create. And what the eclipse is bringing to is the death. It's not the death in a way that someone dies. It isn't about that. It's about ending a cycle and beginning a new one. And this is what the eclipse is for too. This is the same thing as a full moon too. It's ending a cycle where we did what we did. And it's ending the cycle of how we did, how we were in relationships, how we were in a relationship to ourselves and how we are in a relationship to other people. And this is what changes. I think this eclipse is so important because it shows us, and this is the next card that is underneath there too, and now I'm turning them around because I don't want to see the next one too. So this is underneath it all of these cards that I showed you are the Two of Cups. And this is a beautiful illustration of the Two of Cups. Both of them allowing their energy to flow into both of the cups. It's taking a step back from this idea that everything that is in a connection is about codependency, and we have to stay on our own, or we have to depend on something. There are just two sides of the coin. Codependency is a thing, but it's not always a thing. And it's about connection. We drew the conjunction. It's about connecting to other people and connecting to ourselves to find the right balance, to allow the energies and the frequencies to flow into both of the cups so that everyone is participating in giving and taking. And this is so beautiful because it creates two different cups, but it's serving. Life and love is serving to nurture us and to nurture others at the same time, and to find the balance in that, right? Now I want to let it be there because it's beautiful there. And so this is what this reading is showing us, and I want to close it up because I think it's sad. You know what I meant? And so we have this card. I want to read it for you. Sister of Shambhala, put your faith in the light and believe that good things can happen and will happen. We do not need to deny darkness, but nor do we need to place our minds there. There are lighter dwelling places into which our minds can settle. Trust in the spring that follows the winter. I want to put it there because that's our reminder that we have the choice. We have the choice what we do with our minds and how we allow our feelings to create a frequency for us. And I got a Rumi card too. And I will read it to you too. The all-encompassing hand. If I pick a rose without you, a becomes a thorn in my hand. If I am the thorn, I become the rose in your hand. The divine has held your hand for so long. It feels your sacred flesh as its own. The love that seals that divine handfast is so powerful that one could spin the universe upon its axis and still your hands would be joined gently and enduringly. Be reassured of blessings forthcoming in unwavering love and sublime friendship. What a lovely ending for this reading, and the invitation of this season of eclipses to step into your own love and into your own light and move from constriction and from all of these self-undermining behaviors to acceptance. And from this place, the unconditional love as its most beautiful outcome will evolve on itself. I deeply believe this. And so I'm grateful that you joined me. I'm grateful that you listened to me. And I'm grateful that I am stepping into myself, because this is what I love to do. Thank you so much. I see you when I see you.